What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to day 4 of IAE. Today's Origin Day. Origin Jump Works is a ship manufacturer I don't really give a whole lot of love, to be completely honest with you. I do like some of their ships, don't get me wrong, but I like other things. But Origin Jump Works is more of a luxury, status symbol, I guess, because the most expensive currently flyable ship in the game is made by Origin, and even their fighter, their 325A intercepting fighter or whatever, has amenities like a bed in a moonroof and all kinds of stuff. They are built on luxury. Every ship that has an interior basically has some kind of alcohol in it, like genuinely. But Origin's got ships like the 100 series, the 300 series, the 400i, the 600i, and the 890 Jump. They like their numbers, just like BMW and Mercedes. I'm sensing a pattern. But well, yeah, they're not, in my opinion, are not particularly the best ships in the game, but they are good looking, at least for the most part. When it comes to the way I play the game, the 300 series are not very good. Their wings are very, very weak, so if you take any kind of fire at all, you're going to lose your wings and your wing guns. But the 100 series is really nice. You can spawn those at ground pads and just have, just zoom around the verse in them, and they're the only ship in the game that can actually refuel its hydrogen as you're moving in atmosphere, because of some weird system they have in those ships, which I honestly don't know why they only have it in the 100 and don't have it in ships like the 400 or the 600. So, but my favorite ship from, well, I got a couple that I really like from Origin Jump Works, which is the M50. The M50 is just a ton of fun to fly. The 400i is honestly probably my favorite looking ship out of Origin, and it's basically, in my opinion, it's kind of like at least how the MSR is now. It's kind of a competitor to the MSR because we don't have all functionality out of the MSR, but the 400i is really nice. It's a really simple layout, but it's a really nice ship. And then you also have everybody's favorite, the 600i. It's not too big, not too small, can tank a whole lot of fire. And it's also getting a nice rework, especially the exploration module, which is the one I have, and I believe most people do have. I don't think a whole lot of people actually have like the touring model of it. The exploration module is going to be getting a rework with a med bay, and it's going to get amped up cargo, and the ramp's going to be able to hold a Nova tank, which is going to be dope. 600i is awesome. That's why I own one. I don't fly it right now. It's kind of a hangar princess, but it's 600i is awesome. But luxury ships for kind of exploring and touring around the verse. You want to show your buddy the verse while enjoying a glass of wine, kind of thing. So, not a bad manufacturer, but also not the best manufacturer, in my opinion. But let's go look at the holo tables. All right, so now that I have figured out my audio, we have our holo tables for Origin Day, and this right here is the G12. I think it's the G12A. Yep, G12A. Which is a luxury kind of, I guess, combat vehicle. There's one that's not for combat. I think there's just like a standard base model, and there's one with I believe a laser cannon or a laser repeater on the top. And it's, it's just a luxury kind of rover, and that's all it is. It's just a car. And honestly, it looks slick. It really does look slick. I'm gonna be borrowing one of these from Chief when they come out. They're slated to come out next month, I believe. Cool little car. It combines military might with Origin's unique high-end engineering, the luxury stuff. luxury, but you want to be in the thick of the fight kind of thing. You want to fight, but look fancy while doing it, and that's pretty much what this is. So, cool little car. And over here we have the X1 hover bike. This is a racing hover bike, and to be honest with you, looking at it, like, I think this is where you get in. It does not look comfortable to sit in. I wonder if you're laying on your belly to get in it and almost racing it, kind of like that. But other than that, I don't know how that would be comfortable to sit in. Or maybe you sit in a seat and you're like this. But it is a hover bike. Well, this one specifically is for touring. I know they have a racing one, I believe, as well. But you know, if you've flown around, or if you flown around on the Nox or the Dragonfly, that's pretty much what this is going to be. It's similar to that, just Origin's little design. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Personally, I believe hover bikes are kind of death traps right now, just because they're just so awkward to mess around with that, like, I just die every time I drive one. So, but another little fun vehicle. But that's all we have for the holo tables in Origin Day. Origin is another one of those that we don't see a whole lot of concepts for, and Origin's also one of those manufacturers that we don't have a lot of ships for. But there's only so much that we can see from Origin. You know, they're a luxury touring brand with a little bit of racing and a little bit of combat, a little bit. But this is the M50 right here. That's awesome. I'm just kind of walking up the stairs, just kind of eat up some time a little bit. Plus, obviously, everybody wants to see some of the behemoths. That's a 600i that I was flying around in. This is the 890 jump. In my opinion, the 890 jump is the biggest waste of space and waste of money in the verse. If you want it, go for it. It's $950. It's expensive, but right now it's the biggest flyable and most expensive flyable ship in the game right now. So I mean, if you want, it's a good flex. Don't get me wrong, and there's some utility to it because it's got a medical bay in it. But other than that, like, unless you've got 100 friends that you want to go to take and die, you know, it's not worth it. And I also wanted to point out the 100 series, which is a very underrated starter ship lineup, in my opinion. I actually really like these things because you can spawn them at ground pads if you get in the tight spot. But I personally would take the 125A just because you get more missiles out of it. But I think that the 135C, I think this is what it is, it's got a little bit of cargo. It's actually got a cargo bay, and I think it holds 4 SCU. And then we got the 100i, which is the base model, you know, the cheapest entry, and it's also got a game package to it. So I just wanted to point those things out really fast. So that is Origin Day. I know I walked a little bit more around the showroom today than I have on the other ones, because I wanted to show a couple things like the 890 jump. A lot of people are crazy about the 890 jump, but I'm not. Anytime I see it, I kind of just want to pour a bit, to be completely honest with you. And I wanted to show off a very underrated starter ship lineup out of the 100 series, just because you don't see them a whole lot, but they are very good. They got a bed to log out in. You can do a little bit of cargo with both the 100i and the 135C, and you can get a start in combat with the 125A. It's got, I think it holds 6 size 1 missiles that you can swap out for Task Force 1s, because those are freaking broken right now. And you got 2 size 3s out of the weapons, which isn't a whole lot of DPS, but starting out bounty hunting, trying to get your feet wet, figure out where you are or where you want to be in the verse, it's not a bad option, I'm not gonna lie. And you can spawn all 3 of them at a ground pad. Like, if you get blown up, you find yourself near a mining station, you can go up to the platinum base stuff and spawn it there and fly away. So it's just one of those things where I think is almost an essential kind of thing, if you don't have a Pisces already or something like that. But that is Origin Day. Origin is not one of my favorite manufacturers, but I do see why people like them. So, but tomorrow, I actually don't know what tomorrow is, now that I think about it, but we will find out. But regardless, go ahead and take a walk around the showroom floor if you haven't already, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, have a good one.